Jojo Siwa is undoubtedly America's sweetheart. Getting her start on the hit TV show Dance Moms, she's a singer, actress, and YouTube personality, and she's also one of the most recognizable YouTubers in the world. But being America's sweetheart does not mean that Jojo Siwa hasn't had her fair share of controversies. This is 5 times Jojo Siwa disappointed her fans. What is gravy? You're watching InformOverload. We do the news and spill the tea. I'm Charlotte Dobre, and you guys are potatoes. Subscribe for the spiciest news updates on YouTube and turn those notifications on. Who doesn't love notifications, am I right? Me? No, I like them. That's me saying I like notifications. Alright, let's get into the Jojo Siwa tea. I just want to say before we begin this video not to send hate to anyone we mention, especially Jojo Siwa. After all, she's just a kid, she's only 16. This video is just meant to highlight a few of her downfalls that you may or may not know about, so you can make an informed decision about buying her products, and also so parents can make an informed decision about who they let their kids subscribe to on YouTube. Coming in at number 5 on our list, excessive advertising. Jojo Siwa came under fire in 2018 for her excessive advertising in her videos. Jojo Siwa's audience are 6 to 12-year-old girls. Children in preschool up to the age of 11 are unable to differentiate between program content and advertising. They are also extremely susceptible to advertising, which is why there are regulations in place to prevent the amount of advertising directed to children on TV. In Canada, for example, the CBC limits the amount of advertisements to 2 minutes for an entire hour of programming. And absolutely no advertising of any kind is allowed during programs that are directed to children under 12. But when it comes to Jojo Siwa's YouTube channel, pretty much every video is a 10 to 20 minute long advertisement. There are no advertising regulations in place for YouTube, which is pretty terrible considering the fact that more kids are watching YouTube now than TV. Jojo Siwa has been criticized many times for the excessive advertising in her videos, and honestly it's impossible that by now she doesn't know its harmful effects, but she just doesn't stop. Next up at number 4, Jojo Siwa takes advantage of her young fans. It's well known that Jojo Siwa is a big money maker, and a lot of her money comes from her line of merchandise that's available at Claire's, but much of that merchandise is ridiculously overpriced, and it has been accused of encouraging kids to gamble. I'll give you an example. Jojo Siwa's jackpot package you can purchase at Claire's, and it's this thing where the more packages you buy, the more likely you'll be able to get Jojo Siwa's autograph. But there's a catch. You have to collect all the bows available in order to get her autograph, while every package contains a random bow. It's kind of like Pokemon cards, where you would buy a package of Pokemon cards and hope that you got a holographic, so you would keep buying the packages in order to find that holographic card. Kids spend $21 a pop for each package and will likely never gather all the bows available. Each package contains a bow, a mini bow, some stickers, a small poster, and bedazzling jewels. These packages and their items probably cost less than $1 to make. Yet they're being sold for $21 US. And a few weeks ago on this channel we covered a story about Jojo Siwa being exposed for charging up to $3,000 for VIP meet and greet tickets to her dream tour. $3,000 each, and you best believe that Jojo's young fans are not the ones paying for those meet and greet tickets themselves. Their parents are paying for them, and will also have to pay another $3,000 for their own meet and greet tickets, considering the fact that her young fans can't go to concerts alone. Next up at number 3, bows. Jojo Siwa's bows are pretty much her trademark, and for that reason she's released her own line of bows called JoJo's Bows that are sold at Claire's. There were a lot of young girls between the ages of 6 and 12 that were buying Jojo's bows in the United Kingdom, but the bows ended up being banned at many UK schools. That is because teachers discovered that students who couldn't afford to buy the bows, which by the way cost anywhere between 8 to 12 quid each, so like around $15 to $20 US, were bullied by other kids at school. Many schools also banned Jojo's bows because they were labeled a distraction that affected students' concentration and violated dress code policies. Jojo never addressed the fact that children were being bullied over her overpriced bows, nor did she decrease the price. Coming in at number 2 on our list, when Jojo Siwa faked a serious accident for views. Back in July of 2017, Jojo Siwa made a lot of people angry after she pranked her fans into thinking that her father got extremely hurt. In a video that is now deleted, Jojo Siwa claimed that a bus came flying at her family and knocked her father down to the ground. She then said that her father was in the hospital and very badly hurt. But then at the end of the video, Jojo Siwa laughed and broke character and said, "We had no clickbait for the blog. We wanted the views, so we made up a story about a near-death experience. We hoped you liked it." So that could be a certain fan fiction, I guess. Her father also made an appearance in the video looking completely healthy and well and said, "I'm back from Canada." The Inquisitor reported at the time that many of Jojo Siwa's fans were upset and offended about this prank, especially people who had lost loved ones as a result of car accidents. Jojo Siwa then apologized the next day and said, "I'm very sorry for yesterday's video. I know it was a lot of clickbait, and I know some of you are mad at me, but you know what? It wouldn't be a YouTube video if there wasn't clickbait." Really? It's just a prank, bruh. And coming in at number 1, we have the most recent and most upsetting incident, where Jojo Siwa's makeup line was recalled because it was found to contain asbestos. Now, I do agree that it was the smart thing to do and the right thing to do to recall her makeup kit. I personally wish Jaclyn Hill did the same thing, but I do not feel as though Jojo Siwa took enough responsibility for this. Asbestos is extremely toxic, it causes cancer, and her fan base is primarily children. Jojo Siwa is only 16, but that doesn't mean that she's not responsible for the products that she sells to her young fans, who are the reason why she has her millions. Her fans put her trust in her, and so do their parents. It is absolutely her responsibility to make sure her makeup line is safe to use for children. If she's old enough to put her name on a product, she is old enough to make sure that product is safe for children. Anyways guys, that's my 2 cents. Do you agree with me? Do you not? I welcome any and all criticism. How do you feel about Jojo Siwa? Let me know down there in the comments. For now, I'm gonna wrap up this video by responding to some comments from our last video about Jojo Siwa. Jojo Siwa messed up big time. Davina Moon said, "Y'all don't blame Jojo, she's a kid, and honestly like a lot of these collabs, Claire's just stuck her name on the packaging. She had nothing to do with production and safety, aesthetic, etc." I agree that Jojo Siwa put her trust in other people to take care of all of those things, but I still feel like people have to learn to take responsibility for their mistakes, especially when their mistakes can seriously harm other people, and in this case, children. Natalie Binge said, "This is what happens when you use subpar manufacturers to save a couple bucks. Jojo better hope none of these children fall ill, because if they do and it's linked to her product, her career is over and she's gonna face some nasty legal battles." Dude, agreed. At the end of the day, choosing to go with a cheap manufacturer to maximize profit can get you in trouble. Peyton Morrison said, "TBH, it's not completely her fault. It's the company that produced the makeup. It's only her fault because she chose the company and produced it." I also agree with this too. Henry Jedi said, "Charlotte, do you contain asbestos? Because I've been watching this channel for a long time and I don't want to turn toxic." As far as I know, our videos do not contain asbestos, but if they do, I will take full responsibility. That is it for me. If you want to keep watching this channel, click on that playlist. And obviously, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I will see you in a future IO video.